I got a raging nerd on.
It feels great to win this week. You're right. This belt isn't stupid. It's fucking awesome.
So, welcome to the $20 challenge. Here are the rules, as always. Ding, 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 ding. Ding. Okay, so those are all the rules of $20 challenge. Kyla, who's going first today?
You, because you lost.
I did lose last week. It was a pretty overwhelming majority of people who liked Kyla's contra pickup last week.
The way I found it was astounding. I had just gotten a tattoo done, and I was like hopping around to all the places that I normally look.
Yeah.
And the last place I go, this guy just randomly has this thing on the counter full of Genesis games, and I see one, and it has no writing on the top label, and I was like, "What is this?" I pick it up, my heart drops.
Yeah.
I was just like, "Oh my god, I found it!"
Contra has an end label. Contra Hardcore has an end label, but there's nothing written on it.
Right.
Which is weird. All right, I'll go first this week. Kyla, put $20 on the clock. First thing I got, this was $2. I wasn't collecting loose Genesis games for a while because I really have no place to put it. My game room is filling itself to the brim, so I was trying to only collect complete Genesis games. But anyway, I found this. This is a cassette tape holder, and Genesis games pretty much fit in the same spot as cassette tapes, with the exception of like the EA games that are like, you know, a size and a half of a Genesis card. But yeah, but I mean, I don't really give a shit about any of those games anyway. So anyway, as you can see, kind of drawers are sliding open. As you can see, my loose Genesis games are in here. And yeah, this thing is awesome. So I can just put this in my game room, and there's room for like 36 loose Genesis games in here. This was $2, and I can just put shit on top. So this is so sweet. Keep a lookout for this kind of stuff. Yeah, if you find things that hold cassette tapes or, you know, CDs, obviously, for Genesis stuff. PlayStation stuff. I'm going to put this down before all the drawers fall out. To me, that's just a cool thing to have in your game room, because even though it's meant for something else, you know, things fit in there perfectly. So, to me, that's awesome. So, that was $2. Then I got Metroid Fusion for $8. I've heard so many awesome things about this game, and I will be playing it very soon. Yeah, game, I hear it's awesome, so can't wait to play that. Then I picked up at the Salvation Army for $3.99. It was Cruisin' World. I think this is the only one I was missing on the N64. I really like racing games, especially on the N64. I'd love to actually, as nerdy as it sounds, I'd like to get like some wheels and pedals and play some racing games, though.
You've been playing too many mech games, that's why.
Yeah.
Too many mechs.
Yeah. I like all those kind of weird-ass controllers. Steel Battalion I love, as I've said before. And then, Chad Bailey, why don't you introduce this last one for me? Package! So I was on eBay, and that part, I love that. It's amazing.
Yeah, we were actually watching his videos,
Yeah.
and I saw that, and I just lost my mind. Chad, you're one of my favorites, because you are really so funny.
Really funny. I agree. Check out his channel. I'll link it below. Anyway, I was on eBay, and I got this lot for $6. I had bought it with a bunch of other games, but I had people who wanted to buy some of the other games, so including shipping everything, this lot cost me $6. Top Gear. And these are in alright shape. This Dracula game, Bram Stoker's Dracula, is in like perfect shape. And then the game I really wanted out of this lot, and the reason I got it to begin with, is a copy of UN Squadron. So, yeah, so pretty much, actually not even pretty much, those are all my pickups. This is what I paid. And vote for me this week.
Vote for you.
Alright, Kyle.
Would you hand me my shit? Oh, it's right here.
And I'll put $20 right here for Kyla.
Yes, thank you. Okay, this one I got at a Savers. It was $3.99. It's Rumble Racing for the PlayStation 2. It's complete. There's a little wear on the side label, but that's okay. Yes. Okay.
I hope that game is like NASCAR Rumble.
It is. Rumble Racing, NASCAR Rumble. I'm pretty sure they're roughly about the same.
I hope so, yeah.
And then I got Heroes of Might and Magic, Quest for the Dragon Bone Staff, which was $3.
The Dragon Bone?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it also complete. I don't know. I have no idea what this is. but it looked really fun.
Yeah, it looks sweet.
Yeah, I mean, can you see them Tagos right there?
I'll put a picture right here. Those are her boobies.
Yep. Okay, so I got that for $3. And then I got Sylpheed for $2, which if I can get it open, I can show you that it's complete and nice and shiny and everything. Okay, which is cool because it's a working design title.
And the Treasure title.
Yep.
Treasure's awesome.
I have no idea what Treasure is, I'm not going to lie.
Well, they made Gunstar Heroes. They made Mischief Makers. They made Guardian Heroes. They made Ikaruga. They made, what was that Dreamcast one? The one everyone knows. It was, I'll put the box right here. Oh no, Radiant Silvergun. Alright, Radiant Silvergun. They did all kinds of cool shit. I love Treasure.
Okay, I also got Xenosaga Episode 1 for $5. Complete. And then this pretty much makes it for me. I got Klonoa 2 for the PlayStation 2 complete for $4.99. I think that brings me to just about $19.
Yeah. That game is mint. I bought that game like 5 years ago. And I played it all the way through as soon as I got it, and I loved it. The game is fantastic. It's so good. And the game's it's not going for that much, and you can find it. I feel like it's like a more looked over title. So if you see it, definitely get it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess I was just all about PlayStation 2 this week. Which is fine, because I love the PlayStation.
Yep. Okay, this week we're both recommending games again. Anyway, I'm recommending Aliens Infestation. This game, to me, is a sleeper hit. It's
a sleeper hit?
A sleeper hit. Like a game that came out, and I don't think many people really bought it or played it. And it's just really good. It's, in my opinion, it's a really, really fun game. This game is definitely hard. There's a difficulty level that's quite impressive. So you start off with like 4 or 5 Marines under your command, and you can go to different rooms to swap them out. They all are the same. I mean, they look different, but they do the same thing. So when they're all dead, the game's over. There's no continues. But throughout the game, you can find more like stranded Marines, and you can pull them onto your team. So you can, those are kind of like free lives or whatever. Game really reminds me of like a Metroid type game. You're kind of going through these levels, and you can see your overworld map, and it just kind of reminds me of a Metroid game. 2 things that I don't necessarily like about this game. One is respawning enemies. I've never been a fan of that.
What's that Dino game?
Yeah, Dino Crisis. Don't get me started on that piece of shit.
Yeah, respawning enemies.
And then another thing is this game, it starts to pick up in pace, and I don't feel the controls kind of scale with it. I feel like the controls are kind of still slow. Like the Marines don't turn on a dime, and that can really screw you up in this game. Anyway, game is awesome. It's an Aliens game. It just has great graphics. It's just a really fun game. With Aliens games like Colonial Marines kind of tanking the idea of the series and movie games on consoles or movies that get made into games, this is one that really stands out, and it does it really good justice, and I think it's a great game, and I recommend it to everyone. I paid $5 for this in a pickup video a long time ago, and it's definitely worth at least $10-15, I think. You'll be playing it over and over again, and it's just a really good experience.
Right, and this week I am suggesting the Die Hard trilogy for the PlayStation. Runs about $5-6 in your local store. I just think I think this is an excellent game. You have 3 separate games on here. You have the Die Hard game, which is a third-person shooter. You run around and you have to kill a bunch of guys and clear levels in a certain amount of time. Then you have Die Hard 2, Die Harder. It's an arcade shooter, which is really, really fun. I mean, when are arcade shooters not fun? And then there's also Die Hard with a Vengeance, which is actually a driving game. So you have a $5 game, and there's like 3 different games that you can play. Personally, my favorite one is Die Hard, the first one, where like you're a guy running around shooting people. I just think it's a lot of fun. You have to defuse bombs and save people. Also, the cheat codes for Die Hard are the best part. There's ones where you can make them, like if you shoot a bad guy, he just floats into the air, or you can shoot bushes and they scream. There's just literally endless fun for this game. I have no quarrels with it. There's literally nothing you can do in this game that will be fun. So that's why I'm suggesting it. Just a tip
of the week. Okay, so our tip this week is expand your location.
Right. This is stemming from sometimes me and Zach do some traveling within the New England area. And whenever we do that, en route to said place, we will generally check the Craigslist of the area that we're going. Just to see, if there's anything like, I check the Craigslist in our area all the time, and it's all the same crap. The same person trying to sell the same thing for like the last 6 months and not being able to sell it. So, when we do that, we try and check the Craigslist in different areas because there's obviously going to be a different assortment.
Yeah, so the way I feel about it is if you go to Savers and you hit your local thrift stores and Goodwill and that kind of stuff in your local game stores, eventually I feel like you're going to have cherry picked all the stuff that you want, especially with local game stores. I feel like you're going to have cherry picked all the stuff that you want out of it.
Right.
So even though they might have a bunch of cool stuff, you might already have the stuff that you would actually want from them. And maybe your Savers is slow, and when you've been going to, they haven't been having anything that interests you. So I feel like going to a new place, like when we go visit Booch and Tom, it's on the other side of the state. So we have Savers over there, there's Goodwills, there's Salvation Armies, there's GameStops that we haven't ever been to.
Right.
So it's just you get to see new things and be around new things, and you can kind of pick through stuff that that you don't necessarily have where you're from. So it gives you a whole new assortment of stuff to look at. Right,
because whenever we hit the Savers in Nashua, we always come out with something good. Always. But I think it's also because we don't go to that location as frequently as we do the ones closest to us. We have 2 game stores and 2 Savers and two Goodwills and 2 Salvation Armies. That's funny that they're in 2s that we always hit. And I think we only hit each location once a month. But even then, it's still difficult. Because it's all in this area, it's mostly about luck, but
it's all about luck.
Well, it is luck, but when you expand the areas where you're trying to find that luck,
true,
it makes it easier to come by.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're expanding the area and increasing the amount of times you go to places, it definitely, obviously, increases the chances of you finding anything. Another thing is, depending on where you live in the country, some things are actually made in specific parts, so they're more abundant over there. So you might be watching pickup videos of people in California or the Midwest or the South or New England, and you might be like, oh, I can never find that stuff. And it's very possible because there's some stuff like Milton Bradley. There's a lot of stuff that was made here,
right.
So it could be a lot easier to find. We watch a bunch of videos and we're like, oh shit, we never come across those, and it might be someone's 5th one they picked up in 2 months.
Or vice versa, where they're like, I saw this and I've never really seen those in the area, and I'm just like, I can go anywhere and find a copy of that.
So definitely next time you go anywhere, I'm not saying take away from your vacation, but.
Right.
This is something we like to do anyway. We like to go digging, so...
Right, if you have ever seen one of our really, really early, super early videos, last year we vacationed up in New Hampshire, and there was this gun shop / flea market that was 5 minutes down the road from, 10, 15 minutes down the road from our campsite. We hit there, and we got a lot of really good N64 games for super cheap.
So definitely expand your location, your horizons, and you'll see there's gonna be all new kinds of stuff that you can sort through and add to your collection.
The world is your oyster. Buy the games.
The world is your thrift store. Buy the games.
Getting your nerd on, getting your nerd on, getting your nerd on.